Well, hello everybody. Thought I'd give a little update here. I've been working on running my battery cables from the trunk to the front. I have my battery mounted. Had to modify one of the mounts a little bit, but got that done. And last time I went to a swap meet, I bought a couple of homemade jumper cables that were size 1 welding cable. So I bought those for really cheap. Took off the little clips on the end and cut the battery cables to length, and went down and had some ends crimped on. So got that, and I put in a battery isolation switch. I have one of those in my other cars. I kind of like it. It's just an extra added security when you go to a shopping center or something. You can just unhook the battery, basically take the key with you, and your hot rod's a little bit safer. But anyway, I installed that, ran the cables up, used 8L clamps to mount them securely so they wouldn't rub anywhere. So I grounded, let's see, the negative wire goes all the way back to the negative battery post, grounded to the motor. The motor is grounded to the frame, and the body is grounded also, all in this one spot. So should be pretty good grounds. I'm going to mount my starting solenoid right here, and anyway, so that should work good. I also been working on my floorboards, painting them. All those metal pieces that I made are painted up. Kind of hard to paint when it's so cold out, but I got her done. But the main thing is I want to start working on my light bar and figure out my headlights. So in order to do that, I have to make sure the grill shell is in the right place. In order to do that, I have to make sure my hood fits, because I do want to run a hood, or at least have the option of a good fitting hood with the sides. So I put my hood on, and if you remember my older videos, I pie cut it because of the 32 grill shell. So that seems to be okay, but the front just doesn't line up. There's a gap here, and it comes down, and it's really tight in this area, and then really open in this area. So I put on the sides of the hood and made it to where I have a good gap along the grill shell. And what I'm going to have to do is, I think I'm going to have to, best way to take care of this is to go ahead and pie cut this hood, move this panel line in a little bit, and anyway, work on this panel line here to make, this one's going to have to, yeah, it would come forward a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to have to make this panel line here a little bit better. So, it's going to be a challenge for me. I'm not like a super body man, but I did okay on this one, so I'm hoping to do okay on that one. So, here we go. Alright, well, after a few more trips and a little bit extra metal removed here, took my tin snips, cut little strips there, I think I could finally get this one piece in with a decent gap here, tack weld that, bend this over, and just work my way up to try to keep an even gap here. Alright, well, I've been messing with trying to fit that hood for like 4 hours now. So, little change in plans. One thing I didn't change were those hood sides. So my plan is to line up the hinge line on the hood sides as close as I can get it to the gap I want. And then where that ends up on the cowl, make the cowl line good, and then fit my hood to that. What was happening before is the panel line, even though I didn't trim the back of the hood, when I pie cut it, it was the original size. The panel line was like up here somewhere, and it wasn't even on both sides. So I don't know what's out of misalignment, the cowl, the hood, whatever it is, but anyway, I'm going to make it look right. Okay, so this is where we're at on the passenger side. This gap here, it's got to come down probably 3/8 of an inch there, probably a 1/2 inch on the back. Now on the driver's side, it's a little worse. That's a good 3/4 of an inch in the front, and a good 3/8 in the back. So I think what I'm going to do on both sides, I hate to do it, but I'm going to have to separate this piece, put the hinge through it, and then make a filler piece. And this is where we're at with the front gap now, or the panel line to the radiator. It's closer, needs a little bit of fine tuning right in this area here, but it's much closer than it was. And then for the driver's side, same thing, pretty close. Could use a little fine tuning right at this corners. Corners are the hard part, like right there, a little bit less of a gap, but looks pretty good the rest of the way. So it's getting closer. Alright, that's what I got when I separated the hinged part to here. So that's, I'm going to have to make a filler piece to fill in there. Alright, I got a piece of filler metal welded to this side of it. I'm going to close the hood and just scribe a line on the die cam. Give me a nice line to sand to. Alright, well, I'm going to have to weld the pieces together on the car. I tried to match it up and do it off the car, and I spot welded it in a bunch of spots, and then I put it on there and it wasn't lined up. So now it's all clamped in place on the car, and I'm going to go ahead and try to tack it there. Alright, well, after quite a bit of welding and grinding, did pretty good on that. When I get my little retaining hooks holding this down, that's what it'll look like. Got a pretty good gap, you know, pretty even gap around here, and then same thing here too. So pretty happy with that. The hood fits 100% better now, and same thing with the other side. Kind of cramped over here, so hard to tell. But again, a little pressure downward. Gap along here is really nice. Not bad, I'm happy with it. Now I just got to mount my little hold down hooks. Alright guys, got that done. The gaps look pretty good now. Pretty good for a Model A anyway. Pretty even across the back. decent across the front. It gets a little bit wetter towards the bottom. But overall, the hood's fitting well now. Have the nice slope to the front to back of the hood, the way it's supposed to be. I put on my hood latches now. I had to relocate this little clip that goes on the side hood panel just a little bit forward because I had to mount this latch between the front cross member and my motor mount. So I had to do that on both sides, but that was pretty easy. Just moved it forward maybe 3/4 of an inch or so. So that worked out good. From the front, you know, the hood doesn't stick out too much, which is pretty common with the Model A with the 32 grill shell. I did put that shell lacing, grill shell lacing along here on the inside, so that makes this poke out just a little bit, but actually it's not too bad. I don't have a problem with that at all. So on the top, looks pretty good, nothing sticking up. Again, just this side here where that hinge area comes through and it's thicker right here, that sticks out a little bit, but overall looks pretty good. Same thing here with the gaps. You know, pretty decent. No show car, but it's not a show car. Pretty decent gap there. Come on down. So anyway, that was quite a bit of work there. Almost about a week of work for me from start to finish, but of course I'm not very fast and I'm just learning all this stuff, but it's coming along. Very happy with the way it came out and the way the hood fits now, and at least now I have the option of running the hood if I want to. I could always take it off real easy and then just pop those little latches off if I want to, or just leave them on there. But anyway, that's it for this video. I like the way it looks with that hood on there. So thanks for watching.